Hello and welcome to
Where Worlds Collide. I'm Lee.
I'm Gwenny.
Today we're talking about trilogies, I guess. That was what came to us the other day.
Trilogies.
Yes, the joys of trilogies. Trilogies. Lord of the Rings. We're going to start there. Trilogy, yes, expanded upon. How many different copies of Lord of the Rings have we got now? I believe they're on DVD in the house. We've got the original theatre cut. We've got the extended version.
Yeah.
We had a while we didn't have a DVD player. So I bought them again on Prime.
The extended edition.
The extended editions, because why not? At which point I got you to watch them.
Yeah. Because I've never seen them. In all of the years
Indeed.
they've been out, I've never watched
Even
them.
though you owned them.
I own the books.
And
the DVDs.
And you did have the DVDs. But and we've both got different editions as book formats as well.
You've got the original.
I've got, it's not original.
Well, you've got,
I've got
a traditional print.
The tiny paperback version, which is as thick as a brick.
And I had the film cut versions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now we have all those joys, and we just have the constant, oh, this is a good bit, that is a good bit. Or
I now understand the memes, which is always a good thing.
which helps, which always helps. And also helps with things like when we're playing that board game, the Lord of the Rings board game from Z-Man that we played.
Oh, yeah. The Fate of the Fellowship.
We solved it with eagles. That's all I'm saying. It was brilliant.
I get the
reference. That a lot. I get the reference, which is nice.
Now.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Hooray! Indeed. So yeah, I suppose.
Would you say that is the greatest trilogy?
It's difficult not to have a very soft spot for it. I think. I mean, it's that between that or Star Wars, I guess.
Did you
as movie or indeed anything else?
Have you read the book?
Well, that's the first. Oh no, it's like confession. Lee's confession is essentially. I've tried reading the books numerous times. Tried reading, The Fellowship of the Ring, quite a few times, and then didn't. And then watched the movie when it was first released at the cinema and thought, that was amazing. Why have I not finished this book? So I then read the next two books, The Two Towers and The Return of the King. And I don't think I've ever finished Fellowship of the Ring.
Well, that's awkward.
Which is slightly awkward. So please forgive me. So that's interesting, he says. Yes. So, but before I take all of the shame, we should go to Star Wars, which...
Do we need
Yeah,
to?
well, I think we should. I think we need... It's worth talking about, because as great movie trilogies go, I know Star Wars is slightly more than a trilogy. It's trilogies, which is quite awkward to say. Don't know which Walt Disney exec thought that was a good idea. But that feeling of... that first time you ever hear, which... Bless you, you haven't. The first time, I was 8 when I saw it at the cinema. And the first time Darth Vader breathes into your lives, oh my God, that blew my tiny little mind, if I'm honest. And it was a whole host of things to do with the Star Wars trilogy that sort of, just the way they were released, it was big summer blockbusters. As a youth, we were always on a family holiday at the time, from the Midlands in the UK originally, and we were Devon and Cornwall on summer holidays at the time. And whenever there'd be like a rainy day, which, Devon and Cornwall, there's always a rainy day.
Bring your umbrellas, kids.
Yeah. I and the family would end up watching this in the cinema. So all of the first trilogy I watched as a tiny wee man while on a family holiday in Devon and Cornwall. So it was like
almost ritual.
Yeah, it did become like this weird ritualistic thing. It was like I think the original one we watched in Exeter, Then the second one, my favourite, was Newquay, and then finally in Plymouth. And although I didn't stay here, I certainly came back and have been here ever since. Yeah, absolutely amazing films that completely shaped my youth.
Are you sad they're not books, or are you all right with the
Well,
fact that
there was sort of weird movie editions available at the time, which I'd read, but they were literally just rewritings of the cinema.
Okay, but it's not like when you have the book and then they make a movie of the book, so you can't go, it's not a great adaptation. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I don't know, because they don't even fit into my life in that sort of same way that everything else kind of connects together. It's been like one of those, trying to get my own kids into Star Wars, so then they'll say things. I'm sure they say it just to piss me off, to be fair. They'll end up saying things like, oh, I preferred Phantom Menace, or Attack of the Clones was my favourite, and I'm sitting there just going, the horrors. But, you know, you really should. I know we say this a lot, but, like, you know, what would be the entry? What's the entry level to get people into Star Wars at this point? I mean, it's not like you don't like sci-fi shows.
True.
True. You know, you love The Expanse, which was epic. If you haven't seen it, you should. What else have we watched? Oh, okay, right up to date. Project Hail Mary. You adored Project Hail Mary.
I did. It was beautiful. Ooh.
Yeah, and continually, you know, the gifts keep on coming, as it were.
Okay. Would you want to know my side of why I
yes.
haven't watched Star Wars?
I'd like that. I'd like that.
So when I was in primary school and back when I was a kid, everyone was like, oh, Star Wars is for boys. Space is for boys. Yeah, boys. I sound like Charlie XCX. Boys. And Star Wars was used as a Christmas or end of term treat. Let's sit all the kids from years reception to year 6 in a hall on either a hot stuffy day.
Like today.
Yeah, or the end of term when it was just hot. The end of term at Christmas when it was just cold and you're all sat in there and no one really wants to watch it. And because the kids are all excitable because it's the end of term, they all sit you down and you're all chit-chatting away and the teacher's putting it on and then they go, we're going to turn it off if you keep talking. And obviously none of the girls were interested and used it as an excuse to pop to the toilet several times. So we just have our own little girly chit-chat out in the toilets. And I think the teachers always cottoned on and they were like, no, putting it off. So I've always associated it with girls aren't really into that. I'm not going to be into that because we're all just going to go to the toilet at the time. So, and then ever since, even though, you know, I've got into things like sword fighting that probably considered things for boys, I just haven't watched it. And I'll go, And there's always a little tiny Gwenny going, you're probably not going to like that because you didn't like that when you were a kid.
Well, I get that, I guess.
Kids are mean.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's if you take aside the, I suppose,
manly nature.
No, well, I don't. It's at its heart, it's a love story. It's you know,
between brother and sister.
Well, not directly, no. That's kind of just a confused moment, I'm guessing. It's a love between a princess and her troop of bears.
To be fair, I think it has formed the basis of some of, I would say arguably some of the parts of the Cassandra Clare books, which were the Shadowhunter books. Another fantasy series. I'm really digging myself a hole here, aren't I?
Yeah, I think so.
But they were also based on Harry Potter. But one side of their story, if spoilers, sorry if you haven't read it, is for a part of the series of the books, they are convinced that they potentially could be siblings, which I'm assuming they've taken from Star Wars as a confusion point, shall we say?
Game of Thrones, or
but Game of Thrones, they weren't upset that they were brother and sister. No, they knew what they were doing.
They were embracing that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, as an entry level, given how much you loved
The Expanse,
Project
Hail Mary,
and all, well, let's just say the grittier side of things, or perhaps just start you off, maybe Andor, would you think? Andor, you can take to one side. There's a finite point. You've got 2 series and a movie that links all that together, and that ties straight into...
Is it a prequel or a sequel?
Prequel.
Prequel.
Well, in a expansive a world where we have prequels already, it kind of slots in as a prequel to the main. What I still feel, for me, is the true heart of the Star Wars universe, being the start of, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo rescuing Princess Leia, before it was changed and different things were done. Okay. That at different points in time, I'm depending on your age group as well. It's just like I say, some of my kids prefer the first trilogy. Weirdly, none of my kids like the last one.
Maybe that's the one I will like.
yes, maybe you will, just to spite the world.
It's fine.
Yeah. So
let us know in the comments down below what's your favourite of the Star Wars trilogies.
And should
Trilogy of
Andor
trilogies
be the one to get you going?
Yeah.
Is Andor the entry level for virtually everybody?
Or if you haven't seen Star Wars like me, some solidarity in the comments would be great.
Maybe. And while you're there, like and subscribe. Let's do that bit too.
As we do.
Anyway, we should talk about some booky things, because we like booky things. And we're keeping on trilogies. I have a bit of a gripe, though, with books and trilogies. They very rarely stay trilogies, do they?
True.
Very often, they suddenly migrate into, that sold well, let's write an extra one. So one of my favourites was the Southern Reach trilogy, which I'm going to show you right there because I got them in a fancy hardback. Jeff VanderMeer, they are lovely. I really enjoyed them.
They're really beautiful covers.
They are beautiful covers.
Show you that one.
The one with the...
And number 3.
And they're quite mind-bending. They are...
Are they easy to read? That's my main
worry.
Worry.
They get a tiny bit confusing in places. Now, I kind of like a sort of Cthulhuid horror sort of element to it, and this is sort of aliens from outside of the world. No real spoilers there, and what they're doing with things. And for years, like I say, love this trilogy. It's great. And now we have a 4th one.
Oh.
Which,
how many years after, though?
Well, quite a few years after.
Also, a beautiful cover. Shiny.
Beautiful cover. And there's a 5th one out next year, I believe. So it's not...
What are you doing, Jeff VanderMeer?
Well, he's a busy man. So, not just... So the trilogy is now the Southern Reach series.
Quadrilogy.
And equally, quadrilogy. Nice.
I don't know.
I'm going to say these. Now, I've got a couple. This is Pierce Brown's Red Rising. Love this. The amount of people that recommended this series to me.
And for many a year.
A little bit, many, to the point where I clearly was upsetting people by not reading it. But what I would say is this first one, the one that everybody was super keen on, reads a bit like a teen book. And I don't like teen books.
But you couldn't stop reading it.
Yeah. But it read like a teen book. And I almost didn't buy another element. But I went further, and they were fantastic. And they were really good. And I really enjoyed them. And now there's more. There's not just a little bit more. There's a lot more. There's 6 or 7 books.
Are you stopping at 3?
And I can't bring myself to carry on. I'm happy with where we got to. And it's a trilogy, and I'm happy with the trilogy.
Let us know if you think that Lee should carry on with the rest of them.
Am I full of crap? It's potentially there. What I like is a trilogy that is...
Truly a trilogy.
It's truly a trilogy. So Robert Harris... Okay, this is a little bit off topic because this is historical fiction. But Robert Harris wrote this lovely trilogy, and it wasn't written as a trilogy. It was years apart, but essentially following Cicero's life. If you're a man and think about the Roman Empire at least once a day, I'd like to insert Cicero and these books into your brainstem. It's a beautifully well written series. It's really entertaining, and I got to within, let's say, the last couple of chapters of the final book, and put it down for something like 2 to 3 months, because I can't. I mean, if you know, as Gwen Lee does like to say, if you know, you know. Cicero, historical figure, he's dead. No spoilers. It's quite an old character, and is a real person in history, and he died probably, let's say 1,000 or so years ago. So no big surprise there. But if you know anything about your history, you know he died badly. They did bad things allegedly. They did bad things to his hands. It was reported they were chopped off and nailed to the...
Wow, I feel that falls into horror, to be fair.
Yeah, it was a bad end. And I knew this was coming for him in one way, in some shape or another. I know he's...
Bad ending.
He's going to go for a bad ending. And I just felt that I couldn't read it. I knew it was going to happen. I didn't want it to... You can't not have it happen. And I just didn't... I wasn't ready. The journey had been such that I wasn't ready to read the last couple of chapters. And it took me months before I actually went back and tried again.
It sounds like you were fully invested.
I was. That was... that they came many years apart, and it was a long period of time that I went through. Anyway, I have one more, because I'm going to stray into graphic novels in a minute. But while we're still on books, you've got a little pile.
Yeah, and, everyone, if you've watched my last video that I did of my TBR pile, you might have seen I've got the Mistborn trilogy that I haven't read and I haven't brought down because I wasn't prepared. But Tom, please insert something here for me.
Or here.
Mistborn. Anywho, first one we're going to start off with is The Children of Blood and Bone. This is a teen book. Mm-hmm. It is a trilogy. Mm-hmm. I only own the first 2.
Did you forget it was a trilogy?
No, I didn't know. So when I first picked up this book, this first one was when I worked at Waterstones, and it was part of the Children's Book Prize. And I thought, do you know what, that looks quite good. And then I picked up the second one, not realising that number 3 had come out, as you do. But it just intrigued me because it's sort of, I guess, written from, I guess it falls under fantasy, which was always good. And it's written from a different culture, which I always enjoy. Delving into different cultures. So there's
sort of magical realism.
One. Yeah. And then we've got the God Killer trilogy, which are stunning covers. Got number 1, number 2, and number 3. They're just beautiful covers, and I love them.
I love these covers.
I know.
Every time I see them, I go, I should get round to reading them at some point. And then add them to my
ever-growing
TBR
pile.
I don't even know if it counts as a pile anymore.
No, I'm not sure mine does either. I think it's just a TBR bookshelf collection. But I think the covers of these really just attracted me to them, which is never judge a book by its cover, because you will... No. You're going to say that you don't like film covers either.
Oh, I hate film covers.
There's certain books I love the film cover of. One of them, and it's off topic.
Do they have Keira Knightley on?
Yeah. So it's off topic because it's not sci-fi or fantasy, but one of my most favourite book covers that is a film cover is the Atonement cover. If you've seen it, you'll know it's almost the same cover as the DVD cover. And I just love that film, and I love that book. And I have the film cover, which is my cover that's got a broken spine, and I just love it. And when I worked at Waterstones, I bought a second copy because I love that cover so much, and I just don't want it to disintegrate. And I don't like the, unpopular opinion, I don't like the cover that they've got on it now with the little girl. It makes sense, but it's not a Keira Knightley and James McAvoy cover, which is my cover. That's a tangent.
Yeah, a little bit. It's okay. That's okay. What else you got?
So we've got the Stephanie Garber series, which is Curse of True Love, The Ballad of Never After, and Once Upon a Broken Heart. So these, again, I bought these because I love the cover, but then a friend recommended that they were really light.
I'll hold that one for you.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, please, Debbie McGee. Sorry, a very old reference if you've never
Very old man.
No. The Ballad of Never After. So everyone tells me I should read Caraval and the Caraval series, which I think is another trilogy, but I've not included it because I think I only own one. Sorry. But yeah, these just really attracted me because of the cover and the premise of them. And I have a friend that read them and she said they were really nice, light, I guess, romantasy series. And I love me a bit of romance and I love me a bit of fantasy. So gelled together. Woo! Wonderful. Right up my street. And then
There's more. There's more.
Fourth Wing. Currently a trilogy, but I believe there's a fourth one coming out soon. Get your pre-orders in. Anyway, I love this book and it took me long enough to read it, as my friend Penny will attest to. She will tell me, you need to read this book. You need to read this book now. And I am terrible because I've only read the first one so far. I have all of them in hardback and they are beautiful, beautiful books. Penny, don't hate me. I will read them. I think they're like almost a guilty pleasure book because they have your magical feel of how the Harry Potter books were for the first time you read them. Yeah. There's dragons.
Oh.
There's sexy men. Hello, ladies. And it's just that magical feeling that you get when you read a book. And with this one, looking at it, it's not the chunkiest, but it is quite chunky. And I thought, that's quite intimidating. What if I don't like that? No, I raced through it in about 3 days. I was just like, I can't stop reading about her trying to find this dragon.
All sexy time.
Not with the dragon.
Oh, okay.
The other dragon rider.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I say. But yeah, I'm sorry, I will read the next two in the series. I think because I enjoyed them so much, I was worried that I was going to read them too quickly. And then I've gone, I can't. Oh, and I just got a bit intimidated by them, if I'm honest.
That's fair.
And that's everything from me.
Okay.
Go on,
So I have one final one of the trilogy. This is Bilal's Nikopol trilogy, which I'm going to show you. It's now amusing for me.
Tell us. Back in history.
Back in history, late 80s, early 90s, I lived in Northampton and I used to run a comic shop there. And this is very much in the spirit of like the European style graphic novels you used to get, the large format ones. It's absolutely beautiful. There's some nudity in there, so be careful.
I was trying not to get on the wrong page.
Don't and you went straight to it.
Oh.
So
I can't open any of the pages. You're just going to have to do the front.
So at the time, they came out, there's actually, like I say, it's a trilogy. So I managed to get parts 1 and parts 2 over the course of some years as they were released and loved them. And then later, I tried to get the third one and I think I'd gone off to university at this point as a mature student. I'd done other things in life. And at the point I'd come back around to them and thought, I should read the final element of that. It was out of print.
Oh.
But I managed to secure a copy. And that copy came through the post and I was very pleased with it. Apart from it was a French edition and parlez-vous anglais?
S'il vous plaît.
Yeah. Ça va bien, merci à toi. And that is all I can say. And that was about all I could do. Now, I could probably have used my phone to translate it for me. But
what do you love?
It's I love the art. I love the style. It's very. It's in the future. It's in very much as warped and wonderful as things like by Morbius. So there's a whole. I believe Bilal is Yugoslavian. Not even a country anymore. 1951. Look at that. But it's a really interesting tale. It's future. The Fifth Element had a very Mobius design to it, and that is also kind of the style of these sorts of European sci-fi graphic novels. And they fit into a graphic novel almost rather than a comic book. Which I thought was lovely. But I finally got hold of edition. And then when I got hold of this, which by the time I'd come back around to it again, I managed to get a whole English edition. But this is out of print again. Titan published it. It's not available at the moment. So I'm not touting this because I'm going, you must dash out and get it, because I just don't know where you get it from. But if you can check out any of his work, please do. There's lots of other things he's done, which are all covered on the back here. I really like his style, really like the finesse, but we're talking about trilogies today. And so that's my graphic novel trilogy for you. There was other good ones, but unfortunately they're just not trilogies. So there's an excellent one by Frank Miller, but there's 4 parts of that. Doesn't fit in the category.
Turned into a series.
Yeah, well, it didn't. It was for 4 parts. Unfortunately, they tend to be 4 or 6, so you don't get a lot of. There's 3 of that. That'll do nicely.
But if you know of anything else that we haven't mentioned that you think we should read,
probably Gallons.
It probably is. But it's always nice to have other people's opinions. Drop it in the comment section below, and anything you should.
I'm going to say hi, Mike. Actually, Mike, he's always leaving us comments, and we
Thanks,
very much
Mike.
appreciate it.
You sort of any that you go, oh, I want to read that, but haven't read any of it yet?
Not off the top of my head.
Only Godkiller.
That looks quite nice. Yeah, but that's like you judging the book. I don't know if the book's any good, but I'm judging the covers. They're very pretty covers. I like them a lot. So anyway, that's probably us.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Thanks for watching.
Like, subscribe, do the thing, share us around a bit. We're not fussy.
Yeah.
And
come back next time.
Yeah.
For
Where Worlds
Collide.
Bye-bye.
Bye.